With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Vogel escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 70 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. Done good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving. Jackson, options out left.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson.
Taken down at the 47-yard line. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun, Jackson.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They were just trying to get their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Back to throw. Vogel. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this out past the 25. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Jackson, Smith, and Jigba.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Seahawks lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Play action. It's Jackson.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Off play action. Vogel going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And this one incomplete. I couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On fourth down, Vogel. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give, it's Jackson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
They run again with Jackson. And tough sledding. They'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. That time on the run pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
2nd and 2. 1st down marker at the 5-yard line. Quick strike out wide by Jackson.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Zay Flowers.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens are back within a score.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Forced out to his left.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
This is brought in at the 21. Shedding through the defense.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman,
54 yards.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Again, it's Walker.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Back to throw now on first down. To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Walker.
And he is in for a Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Done good with the extra point.
And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you hit a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? They run on first down with Jackson.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Vogel.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Back to throw. Vogel. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
And he fields it cleanly. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now it's Jackson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Buying time to his left. This is Fant on the short completion. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw. Vogel. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, marking down at the 9. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Operating from the gun, Vogel. And he's got it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Jackson Smith-Njigba
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Done good with the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Jackson going to change things up a bit.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Well, he's He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Really an excellent run. Sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Back to throw. Vogel. Throw out wide to Walker. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Oh, Walker showing the power. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
A nice throw right there. And these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
From the gun on 3rd down. Vogel.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Play action. Now Jackson.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. The keeper good for only 4. That's going to lead to a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They run again with Walker. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
That's caught at the 3.
And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Operating from the gun, Vogel, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 3. Dancing to his left.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Done good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers,
already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 124 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Vogel. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Running left is Walker. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. Finding Walker complete. Down the left sideline. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. 71 yards. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football. I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Vogel.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball.
It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Five glorious months of football about to get underway. We're all set, and away we go in a new NFL season. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. And I guess they've had enough of this possession. They've got the punter out there on first down. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Begins his return at the 16. And he can't find anything as he goes out of bounds. Nothing on that return. No return on that punt. And it'll be Seahawks football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. This is ahead for about 5. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
From the gun on 3rd down. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Secures this at the 17. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Ravens will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Brought in right side. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out, and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
And it's out of bounds. Took a bounce, and it's going to be marked right along the 30-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here's 2nd and 11. That's a catch. Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. Connection made to Smith-Njigba. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. Throwing from the gun here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
2nd and 10 now. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Conklin brings it in. And they get this down to the 28. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Chased out to his right. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Nice completion there from the rookie passer out of Florida State. Good for a 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust.
And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. Kicking team on to try the PAT. Oh, and it's no good. So an early hiccup after the touchdown as the score will stay at 6-0. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Lamar now from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he gets back to the line, but no more.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move, to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often a unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big gain.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Brown. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock. Trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is picked up by the Ravens. And Baltimore finishes the return in the end zone. Touchdown! The Ravens. And the fumble with 6. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap. And that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I could hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
That quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Walker now from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And they send a man in motion. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Into the hands of Walker. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And they cannot be happy to have spent all 3 of theirs in this opening quarter. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Throwing it again here. Forced out to his right. Still on the move, throwing down the right side. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these 2 defenses. You picked on a guy out, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
And he's going to reach his own 20 before stepping out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Buys time, rolling right. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
So the new NFL season officially well underway as we've reached the end of the first quarter. We've got a close one here. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's going to push one deep down the route. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Reek Woolen with the INT. And the Seahawks are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their